Hello, and welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Let's hop right into our emails here and see what we have going on today. I think we've got some. Let's see, this one, and this one. Let's do these three builds because two of them are due today and one is due tomorrow. We can just go ahead and get them all done at once. And this other one down here doesn't have an expiration date. So this first email says, hello, can you build a PC for me? For performance, does 5849 sound like a fair benchmark target? Is today a reasonable deadline? I worry about used parts. I read that AMD parts are really good. So let's go ahead and accept that one. Next email says, hey, my PC is ready for some overclocking. I want water-cooled graphics. I really want the GPU to be the fastest it can be. Let's aim for it. 1774 megahertz. You get that done by today. I was on PCBay the other day and saw some awesome plastic blue cables. Don't try and pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. So he just wants water cooling for his GPU. I think we can make that happen. Let's go ahead and accept that one. And lastly, good day. Build me a PC. I need a new rig. I want the system cooled with a custom loop. In terms of time, can you get it finished by tomorrow? I like nice and shiny new components. My brother has NVIDIA in his PC. He says they are the best. He wants a fully custom water-cooled PC for $32.50. We can probably make that happen as well. So let's go ahead and accept that one. So as usual, for this first build, I'm going to step away, get a build put together, and be right back. All right, so for the first build, we're going to go with a MSI B450 gaming motherboard, an AMD Ryzen 2600X, a Cooler Master Master Liquid 240 liquid cooler, 2 sticks of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 8 gig 3600 MHz. It's not on here, but it's already in my inventory. We're going to put a Radeon Vega 64 in there. We've got the EVGA 550 watt power supply, 512 gig M.2, and we're going to put it in the Antec P6 case. We're also going to do same day delivery for everything because 2 of these builds are due today. So if I end the day, we're going to lose them. All right. So for this next, this isn't technically a build. We're just adding some parts to this guy's build. Let's take a look at what he's got. He's got an EVGA full tower. We should be able to fit everything we need. What is this cooler he's got? All right, so I'm going to step away. I'm going to get what we need for this add-on here, and I will be right back. All right, so for this water cooling add-on, we're going to get an EK D5 pump and res. We're going to get a AlphaCool Nexus ST30 240 millimeter radiator. We're also going to put in a EK Waterblocks GTX 1070 Ti, which I already have in my inventory, so we won't have to order that. We'll do same day delivery for all of this stuff. And then lastly, we've got this full custom cooled PC, custom water cooled PC. So I am going to get the parts put together for that and be right back. So while working on parts for this PC, I realized that this one that's due today, we can't do because it won't be in until tomorrow. So there's no point in ordering parts for that one. So we will do this one here, and I'm just going to read it off real quick and we'll get the parts for it, and then we'll go back to finishing out this PC. This one says, Captain's Log Supplemental. We have spoken with the Palestinians about the supernova threatening their world. The strange part was that over the video link, the Palestinians seemed remarkably calm about the situation. It's almost as if they don't care. My chief engineer, Dougal, has a plan to build a force field strong enough to withstand the worst of the solar radiation, but the work will take several days, and I don't know if we have that much time. Meanwhile, Mr. Nemo has begun a program of cultural exchange with the Palestinians. Through a two-way data link, we can share knowledge in the fields of science, history, and art. There is much we can learn from these people, and I must request additional storage capacity for our library computer. It is my hope that in learning more about their culture, we can come to terms with their bizarre complacency in the face of utter destruction. So they want an upgrade to 8,000 gigs of storage. So let's go ahead and accept that. And we will probably order that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get that added here. So 2 4 terabyte hard drives. All right. So there's not much we can do about this one. It's in transit. I can't stop it. We'll just have to get rid of it when it comes in. Let me finish getting this build put together, and I will be right back. All right, so for our last build here, we're going to go with a Asus ROG Maximus X Formula motherboard, an 8086K. We're going to put 2 sticks of HyperX Predator 8GB 3200 mHz RAM in there, which we already have in stock. We're also going to put a EK Waterblocks GTX 1080 Ti Plexi, which we already have in stock. We're going to put another one of these Patriot Scorch M.2 drives in it, a 3 terabyte Barracuda drive, a Silverstone NJ520. We're going to put it in an Inwin 303 MSI Dragon Edition. Now for the custom water cooling parts that are going in there, we're going to go with the EK Waterblock Revo D5 reservoir, a Alpha Cool XPX CPU block, and a 360mm radiator from Alpha Cool. So we're going to go ahead and buy everything same day delivery, as well as everything in here same day delivery. We will have to end our day after building these to get in the one PC that we're going to upgrade the storage for, but let's go ahead and get all of our parts. Let's get our cases up on some workbenches here. And let's get the right sticky note on each one. Okay. Let's start with this build. Get everything out of our way here. Okay. So let's get our motherboard in. So this MSI, a little tiny guy. Well, let's get it ready. What's going on here? Don't want to remove it. Let's get it ready for RAM and CPU. So it is getting the 2600X and 2 sticks of Vengeance RGB. Let's click that. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get some thermal paste on here. Will this thing take? I may have bought an M.2 drive for something that won't accept an M.2. Oh, there it is. It's on the back. Let's get the M.2 drive on the back here. There we go. And we can also go ahead and get our graphics card installed in it. It's getting the... Oh, can't get it installed quite yet. Gotta get these out of the way. All right. Now we can. It's getting the Vega 64. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the power supply in, which is the 550 watt Supernova. I'm trying to remember. I don't think this was getting any hard drives. Let's go ahead and get the cooler on it, though, which is the Cooler Master Master Liquid 240, which should fit right here in the front. And we should be ready to cable this up. Let's do... what do we want to do here? I want to do some red. Put red on everything. Let's get the dust filter back on. And the front panel also. That way we can cable up the front. We can go ahead and get a USB drive installed here. And we can see if this will power on for us. We can hop into the BIOS. Turn our XMP on. And we will let the OS get installed. And then we can go ahead and get 3D Mark installed on there, and we can run our 3D Mark test and see if this thing's going to give us the score that we need. Let's see what that score is. 5849. So we will see if this thing hits 5849. Alright, so I'm going to let this run. As soon as it's done, I will come right back. Alright, so 6872. Definitely beat the score of 5849 that was required. So let's go ahead and get this case put back together. I don't know if I like that purple RAM, though. Might have to see about changing the color on that real quick. Got all that red in there. Let's do that. Let's throw... where is it? Lighting. Let's throw the lighting app on there. Oh, let's change the color to red, which should make everything match a little bit better. Let's do that. Okay, much better now. Turned out pretty good looking, I think. All right, let's get this out in the hallway. And let's get started on this custom water cooling one. Hopefully our custom water cooling stuff will fit in this case. I don't know if I've actually done a custom water cooling loop in this case before. So we will find out together. Let's get the motherboard installed. And let's get it ready for RAM and CPU. It's going to get the 8086K, as well as 2 sticks. Gotta find it here, of the HyperX Predator 8 gig 3200 megahertz. So I guess before we get going too far, let's see if a reservoir fits in here anywhere. Oh, okay. Right there at the front. That is perfect. Let's get some thermal paste on here. And we can get our CPU block installed. As well as our water-cooled GPU. I happen to have a few in stock if you can't tell. This one was getting the 1080 Ti. Let's swing around here to the back. Let's get our power supply installed, which is this white Silverstone. 520 watt. Okay. It looks like it is coming together nicely. Let's, oh, you know what? I need to put I got ahead of myself. Open that up and let's get the M.2 drive installed. Then we can put the GPU back in. And this is also getting a 3 terabyte Barracuda drive. Let's be sure to install that. Okay. Start getting these other parts in here. We've got this 360 mil radiator. We should be able to start cabling and piping. So let's cable first. I think I'm going to run some white cables. Try to keep this looking nice and clean. Get everything cabled up. Now let's run some piping. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Probably want to do a rigid pipe. Move that over a little bit. And we'll go from there to there. That looks fine. We'll go from there to that side. We'll come off of that side and go all the way to the radiator. Excuse me. I completely hate the way that looks, though, so let's see. We can't move this. Let's see. We'll fix it in just a minute. That looks much better. Okay. Well, let's get some coolant in there. Let's see, what color do we want to go with? Maybe some purple. See how purple looks. This kind of has a bluish, purplish color to it. We'll let that get run through there. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and get a USB drive installed. See if it powers on for us so we can hop into our BIOS. Turn our XMP on. This just has a mishmash of colors going on. All right, let's get our side panels put back on. Forgot, when you put this side panel on, restarts Windows. So it doesn't look as bad with the side panel on. It's still kind of too many colors, but we will let the customer deal with that. So let's go ahead and put this out in the hall. We can go ahead and collect for these two. Then we will go end our day. We'll get the repair in and the other one that is going to time out on us. We need to pay rent today? I didn't see anything about that. You build something for me. Okay, well, we must have already paid rent. Let's end our day. we'll get these other parts in and we'll get back to work. Okay. So that one is missed. We will just have to send it back. That's a big old case. That one that says overclock, let's see. So we're just going to have to quit it. I know we're going to get 1 star. Let's get the storage installed in this one. Whoops. Let's put a hard drive in it before we close it. And let's get the other hard drive in here. And we can cable this up. It looks like they're just using plain old cables. Put the side panel back on. Make sure it powers on. Let's have a thread ripper in there. All right, that one's done. We can put that out in the hall and we can collect it. Oh, we've unlocked some new parts. I got some daily deals and some new emails, which we will get to in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, though, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode.